Katarzyna asks, Fen, why in your films are there often these cute goats? The goats compel me. Saturnine asks, baby goats? Yep, baby goats. Yep. I am Cool asks, do you still mod games or plan to do so? If so, will you make progress videos similar to your Zdoom portfolio? Oh my god, you saw those? Do I still mod games? Nah, in recent times. Every couple of years I sort of pull out GZ Doom and play around a little bit, but like I kind of said before, I get obsessed, so I'm a little hesitant to like start again. But if I do, sure, I'll make progress videos. That sounds like fun. Do you have any games in mind that you'll do playthroughs for? Well, I want to do a playthrough of Hat in Time, the final version, despite the fact that nobody cares about me, and there's a whole boop troop and speedrunners and all the scene there that I don't know nothing about, and I'm just an outsider like, playing this game, but still, Ukulele, might give it a shot. I mean, these are very different from games I normally play, but Let's Play, but I did do Psychonauts, so I don't know, I'll give the Ukulele Toy Box a try. Other side, Underworld Ascendant. I've got a copy of that's gonna come because I kickstarted it or whatever. So whenever that's released, I may give that a shot on the channel. See how it goes. Let's see, what else? It's funny. I almost think that it would be fun to do Freedom Planet, as I kind of did a little bit of the demo back during the old weird days. Well, I was suggested to play some Tomb Raider games or something, so like I might do that. Heretic 1, I may do that. But currently I do have, a bunch of TDM and Thief stuff lined up, so I'll probably mainly be doing that stuff for now. Also, does your neck feel better? Has that situation improved at all? Well, not really. I guess it's to do with my spine, scoliosis and or my posture. I'm not really sure. So it's not like miraculously healed or anything. Still got pains going on that happen sometimes, but I kind of get used to them and I don't know. I don't want to be too negative and a downer. But, yeah, nothing's really improved on the whole, I guess. But, like I say, good rest helps. Walking around a bit helps, I guess. I just deal with it for now. So, not really, but it's okay-ish for now. Yeah. It's not just my neck though, like I say, like the spine or whatever. It affects lots of parts of my body, such as my leg and my hip, and so it's pretty much like, okay, I gotta get myself in shape, even though I haven't yet, but I will sometime, or maybe I won't, and I'll just complain about it for my whole life until people start saying, Fen, shut up, and then I'll be like, oh my god, I was told to shut up, and then I'll fly to Mars. I think I lost track there, but yeah, like I don't want to be too much of a complaining guy, but like if you wanted to know, then that's that, I suppose. Still kind of random when I talk, especially if I'm rapping, and sometimes it does make me pretty depressed when it spikes up pretty badly, but, I just gotta take care of my body, and it's not that bad sometimes. I don't know, I'm gonna stop saying the same thing, so, yeah. Vyacheslav Kovaleva asks, have you been to Europe? Nope, I have never been to Europe. Nope. That's the answer. Nope. The Airplugs asks, what are your computer specs? Well, prepare for some blurry footage of awesomeness. I have got Core i7-3770K, 8 gigs of RAM, and a GeForce GTX 670 video card with a ProLimatek MK26 heatsink and a couple of 500 RPM Antec True Quiet 140mm fans. And you can barely even hear that. The only sound you hear is from the hard drives, which are this Hitachi 1TB out of my mom's old iMac. I don't know. And then this one, which is
2 terabyte WD red, I think. I think it's 2. Yeah, it's definitely 2 terabyte. And they're all on this little foamy, well, it's not foam, it's like an old freaking piece of cloth or something, in order to dampen vibrations. And then for the main drive, it's this venerable Intel SSD X25M Gen 2 160 gig, purchased in 2009 for like $600. Pretty hilarious. And then I got these 120mm Slipstream 800 fans. Excellent fans. Too bad they stopped making them. It's too bad they stopped making them. Also another one kind of there. And I guess that's it, kind of. Yeah, and it's all wrapped up in this old, also venerable Silverstone TJ09 case, which I bought in 2008 and have just been building inside of ever since. Oh, and also, we got the Seasonic X560 gold power supply. Real workhorse, been using that forever as well. And I guess that's about it. Also, this heatsink is a Pro Limatech Mega Halems and also Logitech G500 mouse because it's super comfortable. Fun fact, they're not making this form factor of mouse anymore. Their closest one that they've got now with these scroll features and everything that I like is this hideous, spiky gamer-looking one. It's hilarious, and I'm gonna have to buy it one day. It's pretty good. Also, this lovely Dell monitor. I think it's UH12M or something like that. 1920 by 1200, 24-inch. Pretty nice. Generously donated to me at one point in the distant past. It's nothing mind-blowing by today's standards with them curved screens and them 4Ks and them thems and them thems. But it's, I like it. It's a good size and it's a monitor. Also, it's got a horse on it. I don't know what the Blue Yeti microphone. Orange bits of twine holding up the end of the graphics card because otherwise it sags. It's an amazing mod, bro, people. And also holding up the fans because the clips don't work because of these big orangey corners or something. Actually, it's not because of the corners, it's because this little round little thing around the fan here is slightly too low, so the clips interfere with the blades. Oh, just fascinating! MSI C77AG44!
Well, now that that's done, Scott Hopkins asks, have you ever ridden on a pony or ponies? If so, do you remember any of their names? Well, apparently, and I don't remember this as I was too young, but apparently I did ride a pony one time when I was, I don't know what, it must have been like 2 or 3 or something, like too young for me to remember. But apparently I at least sat on a pony or maybe petted one, I don't know. So that's that. And then I did go horseback riding one time when I was younger, like me, I don't know what it was, 10 or 11 maybe, or younger, I don't know, but I don't remember much about that. I just kind of like rode a horse around the block or something. I don't remember the names of any of the horses though, unfortunately. So it's not a very interesting story, but it is the truth. Das Bruce asks, hey Fen, big fan of your videos. 2 questions from me. Have you ever thought of re-LPing the original Thief trilogy? They're quite old by now, which isn't a problem, but it will be nice to see you approaching them once more after 3 years. Also, have you thought about playing some System Shock 2 FMs? I know you're more focused on Thief content, and there aren't so much SS2 FMs out there compared to Thief FMs, yet I loved your playthrough of the game and I would appreciate more of that. Bonus question, may I send you a love letter? Well, first of all, have I thought of re-LPing the original Thief trilogy? Well, funny thing, the HD mod, I think it's at version 1.0 right now, but there's a version 1.2 that is apparently close to being done. It's not out yet, but I have been considering re-LPing Thief Gold with the HD mod 1.2 as it looks pretty damn good these days. And I figured, well, it's been a few years, as you say, so perhaps I could do that. Better vocal quality, better enhancement pack quality, perhaps an intro that doesn't scare half the people off from watching the video when they find it. It'll be pretty good. Maybe for Thief 2 I could play Necro mod or the Thief 2 HD mod or something. I don't friggin' know. Thief 3 I could play Thief 3 Gold. That'd be cool. Thief 2X, I'm not sure if I would play Thief 2X again. I mean, I've already played it twice. Granted, one was this weird crap quality, no commentary thing, and then the other was commentary, but oldish. But I don't think I need to play Thief 2X again. I think I've done a pretty good job showing it off on my original playthrough, so, I mean, that's not an official game, so, yeah, but I think it would be a little redundant to play Thief 2X again. I think playing Thief Gold with the HD mod would be cool, and Thief 3, playing with Thief 3 Gold would be cool. Thief 2... maybe not quite as essential, but I don't know. Yeah, like, I've definitely been considering it, so, hey, it might happen. And as the System Shock 2 FMs, well, I don't really want to play more System Shock, as you've heard with my unnecessary rant, so I probably won't do it. And may you send me a love letter? Well, that would be pretty awkward, so, yeah, I mean, I like you, dude, but I mean, we don't know each other. The Westward Sky asks, "Can you lick your elbow? And if not, can I lick your elbow?" That might also be a little awkward. Fangirl 801 Lost asks, "Will you ever LP any of the other TTLG games and/or Half-Life and/or Myst? Also, what's the most embarrassing thing you did in kindergarten?" Other TTLG games. I'm not sure what you mean. You mean like the games that are listed on the forums with forum sections, like BioShock and Flight Simulator Super Pro or whatever? Or do you mean, like, I'm not sure what you mean, but yeah, I probably should have asked you before doing this video. I'm sorry. And/or Half-Life and/or Myst. Probably won't do Half-Life. I really liked Half-Life back in the day, like Half-Life 1. But I tried to play the Black Mesa Source or whatever it's called, the sort of remake of it, and I realized that, like, my tastes have really kind of moved on. Like, Half-Life 1 is really sort of combat-centric, and Half-Life 2 I kind of like because it's got a lot more characters and story, and I know speedrunners hate Alex and all the cutscenes and stuff, but, like, the first time through it's really fun, and it's kind of more interesting, I guess. And the original Half-Life, not as much my thing anymore. I think it hasn't aged as well for me as it may have, so I don't think I'll be playing that off camera or on. Myst? Well, I hadn't considered it. I think it would be sort of an odd... Well, I don't know. It's a puzzle game. Yeah. I do have Myst Masterpiece and also Real Myst, so I could do either of those. I'm not sure how well that would be in terms of popularity, but I suppose I could give it a shot. Maybe. So maybe. And what's the most embarrassing thing I did in kindergarten? Well, I've thought a lot about this, trying to remember, and unfortunately I don't remember anything embarrassing from kindergarten. I only remember a few things, and they're all really incidental and totally devoid of interest. Like, I'm talking seriously incidental, like, oh, I remember a time when I wrote down a bunch of letters in a book, or, oh, remember a time we were sitting in a circle and the teacher tried to be all funny. It was great. Like... It's like, doesn't even make sense when I say it, but I thought really hard and I can't think of anything. I'm sure there's something, but I just don't remember much. So maybe something embarrassing from any point in school then, which I haven't thought about, so I have to think about it now. Well, I was really awkward in school as a young person. As a frickin' kid, I was... even weirder than I am now. I was really, like, super awkward, like, really bad at integrating with people socially and stuff, so I'm sure there was tons of... I mean, I just remember the first day of school, like, people... I guess, what happens is, like, the bell rings. See, I don't remember how school works. Like, the bell rings, and then you run into school, and you sit your ass down, and the teacher tells you stuff that you forget. Yeah, that's how school works. So, like, everyone was lining up to go inside, I guess, and I was, like, so nervous because I didn't know anything about anything, and like, I've always been afraid. This is actually totally going off the topic, but hey, we gotta have at least one big, long, pointless rant in each one of these. Yeah! So, I was always, like, super afraid that I was doing the wrong thing, like, even to this day. And so, I was always be like, okay, everybody's lining up, but, like, maybe I am not supposed to line up. Like, maybe they're gonna laugh at me and call me, like, whoa, what are you doing if I go and line up there? It was, like, weird stuff like that I would always say. And so, in general, school was really awkward for me. Like, and I was also really literal. So yeah, it was French immersion, by the way, the school that I was in. So I apparently was pretty good at picking up French. Like, I don't know. Apparently what happened is that I just sort of didn't speak at all because we were only supposed to speak French because that's what French immersion is. And I just sort of like listened to people speaking French. And apparently one day I just started speaking French super fluently all of a sudden. I don't know. That's what my mom says. And parents always say that because they're super proud of you. But hey, friggin' whatever. But yeah, school was nice. I used to go to my friend's place after school and play video games. And that's the first time when I played Zelda A Link to the Past. And oh man, it was so amazing. It was the first game I saw that was like a world. And then at one point they lent it to me and said, you can keep it till you beat it. And I was like, no, dude, don't lend it to me till I beat it. I'm never going to beat it. It's so hard. Seriously, I'm going to have this forever if I keep it till I beat it. But they were like, no, you can have it. I was like, whoa, it was pretty great. This is way off the topic, but hey, you're just going to have to deal with it. So anyways, in school, I was like, because I am this literal-minded guy who would probably constantly get told that I'm autistic on the internet if I were to comment anywhere, because that's a joke that people say on the internet. By joke, I mean troll. I was all like, okay, so I'm meeting some dudes here, and we're like talking a bit, and then somebody's like, oh, so he's your friend. I'm like, no, he's not really my friend. We were just talking a bit, because like friend is where you like talk a lot, and we just talked a bit, and I have absolutely no concept that I'm totally insulting him by saying that we're not friends, but I'm a dumb kid. And that was pretty great. I guess I should end this now. Ekmir asks, rocks are nice, etc. That kid gets my goat bad. Rocks and Rocks Reloaded. Rocks and Rocks Reloaded, indeed. Getty's Tube asks, will you be doing more live streams? Well, I think I kind of addressed this before, but possibly, but maybe not with games. So yeah. Gabor Lux asks, so, what is it about the farm? This has come up before. Do you really work on one? Really cool if you do. Is it yours? What do you produce when you aren't doing LPs? I produce no benefit to society. Okay, enough of that. Yeah. Okay, what is it about the farm? I do live on one. I don't really work on one. I live in this house that is on the farm property, and I just rent this room. So really, I'm just renting a place that happens to be on a farm. It's not my farm. Do I look like I can afford to own a farm, people? Do I look like if I had any money at all that I would spend it buying a farm? Okay, I mean, look, I appreciate farms. I mean, obviously, they grow food like it's freaking vital, and it's like a job that's seriously underappreciated, and farmers are like made fun of too much and not appreciated enough for the absolutely vital to the survival of freaking humankind jobs that they do. However, having said that, I am perfectly content to pay other people for their farm-grown stuff so that I don't have to do it myself. It's not my kind of thing. I'm a techie, you know. I mean, goats are cute and all, and the farm is kind of nice-ish, but I'm not really into the lifestyle in any way whatsoever. And I am really just here because I kind of, well, maybe now I could afford a little better, but like mostly I've had to just follow my mom around so I could live in her basement. Well, this isn't a basement. It's upstairs, but because, you know, so that I could get cheap rent and so forth, because that's what happens when the government pays your bills. So that's kind of why I'm here. My mom's a strange one. She just suddenly bought a farm knowing nothing about farms, and she seems to be doing fine by just learning quickly as she goes. I don't know, it's weird, but yeah, I've asked about like if I could work on one for some income, but the situation's weird and that's not necessarily possible quite at the moment. I don't know. And also, I don't really want to do that. Like, seriously. I mean, I guess it would be getting out in the fresh air, so maybe I should, but I just want to move away. So, farm's kind of nice, but not really my lifestyle. So, yeah. Torfjard asks, fuck, marry, kill? No. Gotta take her out to dinner first. Trump, Clinton, Sanders? Well, I don't know if I would Trump Clinton. I would have to challenge her to a card game first. And as for Sanders, I told you I don't know anything about the beach. Knight95 asks, embarrassing or funny stories? Did you ever steal, and what was it? I've never stolen. Seriously, people, for reals. Why would I steal something in real life? What kind of person do you think I am? Seriously. But yeah, no. Embarrassing or funny stories? Embarrassing and or funny stories from any time in my life. My Most of my embarrassing stories are just cringeworthy and not really funny embarrassing that I can think of. One time I got this letter in the mail, right? It was from my credit card company, right? And it was like, dude, Fen, you've been pre-approved for a line of credit thing for pre-approved. And I was like, well, I mean, I don't really care about a line of credit that much, but if they're offering it pre-approved, I guess I'll go into the branch like they're telling me and just get it or something, right? So into the branch and I give them the letter, and then they grill me as if I just come off the street asking for a line of credit without being pre-approved, and I had to explain like why I should get it, even though I didn't really care. I just figured if they were offering, I'd take it, but then I had to tell him I make like freaking no money, and then he politely rejected me. And it was real embarrassing because now he thinks that it was my idea when it was theirs. Breaking the Shadow Productions asks, have you thought about doing podcasts, possibly Thief or gaming related? What's the longest fan mission campaign that you've played? The Thief series. How likely do you think it is for a company to continue or reboot the Thief series? Well, podcasts, that's another good idea, you know? Always good ideas. Sure, I that's definitely something I could think about doing. It could be fun. I haven't really got any concrete plans yet, but yeah, that's definitely a possibility. What's the longest fan mission campaign that I have played Thief series? Well, if you're counting Thief 2X, I guess that's it. Otherwise, probably not Keeper of Infinity. What's the other one? Keeper of the Prophecies. That would probably be the longest fan mission campaign I've played, I think. There's also, yeah, those two would be the longest, although there's also Storm Drain Peak, which is a bunch of missions. But yeah, I think Thief 2X or otherwise Keeper of the Prophecies, I believe, would be the longest. How likely is it for a company to continue or reboot the Thief series? I don't know. Probably not. Why? I don't know. I don't care. Like, it didn't need a reboot in the first place. Everything has a reboot, and why? just stop making Thief games. Seriously, like, the fans are way better at it. It's freaking great. John Smith asks, hey Fen, what are some of your favorite non-FM missions? Which do you prefer, Thief Gold or Thief 2? I guess you mean like original missions? I prefer Thief 2. There is a split pretty much right down the middle in between fans, between those who prefer Thief Gold and Thief 2. In fact, some people will even disagree on the specific, like, some people like the story in Gold better, others like the story in Thief 2 better, and will say the other, like, some people say the story in Thief 2 is disjointed. I think it actually flows really smoothly. The locations may be disjointed, but the story is really good in Thief 2, in my opinion. And now I know that in Thief 2, they made the missions first and then made the story, so you'd think it would be disjointed, but in my opinion, it's a really amazing story, and it's kind of, it's more interesting in terms of like where it goes and twists and turns than in Thief Gold. Thief Gold, to me, like, it's the first game in the series, so it kind of has to establish the character first. So the first few missions are nothing that much to do with the story. They're more to do with establishing the character in the world, which is fine, but it feels like the story doesn't get started. You know, there's Bafford, there's Crag's Cleft, there's the Bone Horde, there's Assassins, and then there's the Thieves Guild in there somewhere, if it's Thief's Gold. So, now, I mean, the story's kind of getting started in a small way, but it really doesn't feel like it gets started until the Sword, which is like 5 or 6 missions in, and, like, the story itself is good, but the way it progresses in Thief Gold to me is not as good as in Thief 2, because it kind of, after you get the sword mission, then Constantine tells you to get the eye, and then you go to the old quarter, which is amazing, and then you go up to the cathedral, and then it's like you got to find the talisman. So then you basically get sidetracked into these levels, 2 in Thief Original, and I guess 4 in Thief Gold. Yeah. And while the levels themselves, I like them a lot, the story itself is kind of just like, it comes to a grinding halt so you can do a big side quest that feels really video gamey. and then after you've got the 4 talismans, then the story continues. So like the missions are great, but the way the story goes in Thief Gold, I don't like it as much as in Thief 2, where it feels a lot more natural and organic and twisty-turny to me. So that's a long-winded way of saying I prefer Thief 2. And I did sort of touch on my favorite missions, but like if you want a bunch of them, I guess, I don't know, from Thief 2, I mean, Life at the Party obviously is probably the best, but I do like the Lighthouse mission. Can't remember what they're all called. It's not Kidnap, it's the one before that. You know, the Lighthouse mission. I think that's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool little bits in that. I just like the concept. You're kind of on an island, and then you go underground, and there's a secret base. I don't know. I really like that. Thief Gold, like they say, the Sword, the Lost City, the Haunted Cathedral, and Return to the Cathedral. I really like Undercover. Some people don't because it's kind of weird. I do like about Thief Original is that they're really experimental. You know, they weren't quite sure if the stealth was going to work, so they kind of did a bunch of other stuff too, see what stuck. And I find that really interesting. Undercover I find really interesting. It's a nice break. That I will say that's kind of better than Thief 2. It's more variety, but I do still prefer Thief 2 for the reasons I mentioned. But yeah, like Thief Gold is just really, really creative. So like I could name a bunch of stuff, but like, yeah, I don't know. I guess I've named enough favorites already. So yeah, there's your answer. Bat Joker Man asks, will you ever finish Project Eden? Probably not. Probably not. It's not that interesting to me anymore. I think it kind of got a little less interesting as things went on, and you know, it would have been cool to play it with Saturnine, but we just couldn't get it working. So probably not. Yeah. Well, that's all the questions that I can see for now. So thank you all so much for your questions. This has been super fun. Maybe we'll do it again sometime. But until then, see you guys next time, and bye for now.